the closest we can come to saving time in a bottle. You could say we captured a perfect spring day and simply put it under glass. Aimee Ferre is sharing how to work with miniatures for charming spring decor. We love you, and we love the idea of these mini scenes so much. Why do you think?
You know, it's a controlled environment, number one. But I think we like either oversized or we like miniature. Tiny is just so sweet, though. I mean, my husband's the giant, so he probably likes the oversized. But no pun intended, I am a fairy. So I like the little tiny. And my grandmother was, she's always been the inspiration for everything I do.
This is your grandma June.
My grandmother June, yes. And years ago, she made sugar eggs. And one of the first things I did at Studio 5 was the panoramic eggs. And I'm going to link you back to that because I loved that little segment. It was just a blog spotter segment, just a few minutes, but I have a tutorial on how to do those, so I won't go into that on this segment.
We loved it too, though, and it was a take back for so many people. For you, it was your grandma June. For me, it was my grandma Betty. I mean, we all had memories, I think, that harken back to our grandmother's house or kind of a more nostalgic time. You've somehow managed to capture that same feeling, though, that vibe with these miniature scenes.
Well, and with fairy gardens now, you can find so many things in the way of miniatures. And so I'm going to show you a few of my projects that, like the one on the very end with the colorful trees, the pink and the yellow, the one in front.
Right here?
That one, everything in that was from Michael's. Your producer asked me to do something simple. I tend to get really complicated, so I tried to be really simple.
Aimee sources fancy German ribbon and fancy French
German.
paper. So today we say hello, Michaels, and thank you, Aimee.
That's right.
But look how darling.
Yeah, it was, and it literally took me less than 10 minutes to create. So you can do simple where you're not having to embellish anything, where you can just, I mean, it took me more time to get it out of the box. So I just stuck it into foam and placed it on the moss.
So foam is the base.
So yes, whenever you're doing miniatures, first of all, you want to make sure that your miniatures are matching to scale, because they have, you know, they have the dollhouse size. They have two sizes in dollhouse. They have like 1/20th, and I can't even remember the numbers, but they have a couple different sizes. So you want to make sure everything's to scale, so it doesn't, you know, the doll doesn't have a big head and then the bunny's like this big.
Our bunny has to be able to ride that bike.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I felt like that was pretty much to scale with the bunny and the bike over there. So you want to make sure things match to scale, and then you want to figure out, does it need to be adhered? Does it need to be secured to something? And so I used foam for most of these creations. Had a foam base, and then I could stick a pick in it, or I could even glue it to the moss. Could be glued to the foam. So you want to have something that you can try to adhere it to. Some of these are not glued down, like the little animals here. They're not glued down.
Before we move on to the animals, those little blossom trees, are those miniature too, or did you break those off of existing faux florals?
Those were actually miniatures. Those I bought in a box, and last week, I don't know, you know how Michael's does their sales. Last week, all the miniatures were 50% off. So I sort of scored.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tell me about this guy.
So that's a German Dresden basket. You knew that I was going to have to throw that in somewhere.
Yes.
And it's just a little millinery flowers in there that I, probably from a hat, that I just put in the basket.
Look how sweet.
And it's on a teacup, and I didn't glue anything down. I just placed it in there, and I put the cloche over it. The cloche does a couple things. It protects from, you know, wind blowing things over, kids blowing things over, you know, or it also keeps the dust off. It's just a nice way to kind of capture it and encapsulate it into one little area.
But prove it may be fancy, but it doesn't have to be complicated. The teacup, the moss, the little floral.
3 minutes, really.
Yeah, you've done that over here too. Just a simple.
That later. So that was
Save it from kids or save it from Brooke. Whoa, my heart just stopped. Was that anything German or French?
No, that was just a kitchen ladle with little moss in it. So.
All right, let's move on to our animals. And these are the show stealer today because they're not just your normal circus animals from the toy bin. You've totally dressed these in costume.
I know. So I tried to do simple, but I had to bring something in somewhere. So these animals come in a variety of sizes. So you can buy the big, large ones. If you're putting something on a mantle or on a table centerpiece, you've got the big ones. These literally were like from the dollar store. You can find all sizes, and so you can use them as cupcake toppers, or they can be the size for a cake. You can get them in all sizes. That's why I chose these, because they're easily accessible. You can find them anywhere. The party store, Michael's, Joann's, Target. I mean, you really can find them anywhere.
I'm completely smitten with each and every one. You're going to show us how you dressed them.
Okay, so the easy way to dress them, I sew, so my first thought was, oh, I can make a little shirt, and I thought, no, we got to think broad here. We got to think anyone can do this. Brooke can do this.
Thank you. That's the standard on the show.
Brooke
I can just
do
see you
this.
humming on your sewing machine, making little miniature
sweaters. So no, we decided.
This is the Brooke standard
I
today.
decided to paint.
Thank you.
So you can see you've got your little giraffe.
Yes.
Now, on these, you can see that, this one I made like a saddle. Some of them had little legs, little socks on, like I'm trying to think which one has.
Saddle right here. Oh, this one has socks too.
Oh, yeah.
Our little zebra.
The zebra has little socks.
Clearly the zebra was your favorite. She got the best accessories.
She got everything. She did.
You striped some of the little wardrobe pieces.
I made some plaid on the little rhinoceros. The rhinoceros is holding a little cup in his horn there.
Oh my gosh, look. Can we see this? Can I pick this up?
Yes, pick it up.
Hold on. Hold on. Steady, Eddie. Oh, that is darling. Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Yep. And since we're going to be painting them, the painting doesn't have to be absolutely precise because we're going to trim it out. See, look, I brought a little dish for you to choose from.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take the biggest brush just because it helps with the spreading. And then just paint. You kind of figure out where you want the little arms and where you want
little blue
the legs
sweater.
to end. Yes, and you make just this little, it's going to be a beautiful blue cashmere.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yep. And you determined how far down you want to go. Get under his belly, make sure you really get it on the end.
Cover his derriere.
Yes.
As we know all good sweaters should.
And I like to keep the tail out. I did leave some of the tail, so it came out of the sweater.
You really thought this through.
Hey, I made a mistake the first time, okay? So I had to fix it.
Free the tails. Okay.
It's got to have a free tail.
So we paint. You've kind of done that step for us too.
And then you're going to choose your embellishments. And if you need any help, Brooke, I thought I would bring the peach ruffle because I thought that would make a really cute collar.
Yes, it would.
To go around with the collar. Yes.
You read my mind.
I knew I did. So you'll want to take your glue gun and look, I bring you my best glue gun.
I love
with
it.
all the, it's well used.
I feel like family.
Yes.
I feel like family. And just do a little bead?
Yeah, you'll just do a little bead.
Do I measure first or no?
Oh, no. We can, look, I have my scissors. We can trim it off.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'm going to hold it for you because I had no one holding it for me last night when I was doing it.
Where was your assistant, the giant?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
You may want to, yeah.
Are we tucking?
Yeah, we're kind of tucking, yeah.
Oh,
see?
he's cute.
Yep.
Oh, mister.
See? And then you may want to take another color coordinating paint and take a skewer and do polka dots, and just trim out. You can trim out those legs with some other trim I've got there that can go around the base of
little booties, little socks.
Yep.
We're out of time, but really quickly, how did you do the hat?
So the hat, I took little scraps of paper. This is great for your scrapbook paper. You're just gonna cut. I mean, I had no template. I really just, made my little circular cup like one of those little, I don't know. Little arcs. Help me with my words here.
I don't know. I'm just saying cute,
so you're just going to roll it. You're just going to roll it into like a little cone.
Okay.
And then you'll just secure with glue right there. And you can use the little pom-poms on the trim and put it on top, or you can use a little sequin and just glue it right on top of it.
Okay, we have to take one final look at this granddaddy cloche because you've gone gold. The detail, though, is still spectacular. This is addicting, isn't it?
Yeah, and that little carriage thing was from Michael's. I mean, it was half off the other day.
My daughter would die to do this as an afternoon project.
So fun.
You've got complete instructions for us on your website.
Yep, aimeeferre.com, or you can follow me on Instagram, and I'm always putting the latest and greatest in my profile.
You'll be inspired by her pictures, by her shares, and you will link us over to your sugar eggs too.
One more thing, I'm doing Pinners Conference. I know this is way in November, but I'm going to be teaching the snow globes. So you can register for that. I mean, you want to get on that.
You do. This class will be popular. It will sell out.
Yeah.
So a little advanced thinking, but put it on your radar. Thank you, Aimee.
Hey,
thank you so much.